Hello and welcome to the fifth video of five best exercises to overcome low back pain. This exercise is the squat, and the squat is probably one of the most fundamental movements for a human being. So that is why it's such an excellent exercise for low back pain. Because as I've described before, low back pain is an imbalance of the muscles and sort of an imbalance in posture and alignment. So what we're trying to do is improve posture, improve alignment, and then improve actual human movement, as it were. And the squat is one of the best exercises for that. Now, there are a few important things we need to remember when it comes to doing the squat, and the most important is it needs to be performed correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you some of the key pointers of how to perform a squat correctly, and then you can actually go away and practice it yourself. So, starting at the bottom, what we want is what we haven't got here is the actual start position, which is basically you're stood up in a sort of an upright position. And I'll just tell you how to set yourself up. So first of all, you want your feet shoulder width apart as sort of a general rule. You can have it slightly wider and slightly narrower for various reasons, but because I'm not actually working with you one-on-one, I will just say feet shoulder width apart. You'll have soft knees. Your hips will be in alignment, facing forward. Your back will be neutral, so you'll have a nice curvature, the natural curvature in your spine. Your head will be in line, so it won't be your chin won't be to your chest, and it won't be turned up. It will just be in line, as you can see here. It's just all in complete alignment. What you'll then do, your first part of the movement, is to push your hips back and down, so they go in sort of a 45-degree angle. Now then what you want to do is then work towards moving into this position. So as your hips go back and down, that's your first movement. Your knee will then start to bend. You don't want to bend your knee first, you want to bend your hips first, and then your knee will start to bend. The aim is to bring your your thigh roughly parallel with the floor. That's the goal. Now, another thing, we don't want our knee to go in front of our toes. Okay, so we want to keep our knee behind our toes. We want to keep our weight in our heel, and midfoot. We then want to keep the knee behind the toe, thigh wants to be parallel, and our spine wants to be neutral all the way up to the head. There are some people that do sort of cock their head up or cock their chin up when they come down into a squat position. We want to try and keep that neutral as it is in this picture. Now, probably the main thing with this is to keep your spine neutral throughout the movement. So keep your spine with its natural curve throughout the movement. You only go as deep as your spine will allow you. As soon as your spine starts to round, that's your limit. Do not go any further. Okay? So, then when you get to the bottom of the movement, the muscle you want to engage, so you want to feel squeeze, is this muscle here. So your glute muscles, your hip muscles, your buttocks. You want to squeeze those together and then start lifting your body up towards the standing position again. Okay, so I'll just talk you through that again. So you're up in your upright position with your feet shoulder width apart, knees soft, hips in line, head in line, spine neutral. You're then going to push your hips backwards and down. Your body's then going to maybe start to lean forward. You're then going to bring your hips down so your knee starts to bend. You're going to keep your knee behind your toes and your weight in your heel to midfoot. You're only going to lower yourself until your spine before your spine starts to round. You do not want your spine to round. You want to keep it neutral. As soon as your spine is about to start to round, you stop. You then squeeze your hips and push yourself, or push your hips forward and up, back into that standing position. Okay? So that's the squat. If you want to find out more about low back pain, come to my website, christopherhole.com. If you want to find me on Facebook, you can get more information on there. I'm always posting stuff on Facebook. That's christopherhole.com. You just like the page. If you're on Twitter, you can find me on Twitter, which is @christopherhole. Also, if you live in Bristol, you can actually come and work with me for an hour where I can take you through these exercises and more exercises, and we can actually, put together some sort of small workout for you where we can find out how your back pain is actually starting, so then we're able to start putting in place steps so we can overcome that back pain. Okay, so yeah, my name's Christopher Hole from christopherhole.com. Get in contact with me and I will speak to you soon. Okay, many thanks.